Hey guys, AnY here. And, well, as you can see, I just watched a new episode of Gravity Falls, the third one of second season, Gulf War. This one is a tricky one, I have to say. It started out a little bit slow with the golf thingy, and I have to say I kind of liked I liked the ending somehow. There was something really nice to it when I mean it was not really subtle, but when Pacifica was like, "You are allowed to eat in the car," and there was a certain hint to that her luxury life and everything has its certain downsides, because so far it was always like, well, she doesn't really seem happy, but it was always displayed like she is like totally oblivious to other joys of life than just being the winner type, being the rich type. And you also see a little bit of their parents being like, "Oh, if you don't win, you are not a Northwest." Um, uh, I mean, when they build on this, when they continue slowly building on this, then I really, really like it as a nice starting point for something to come. Um, this kind of, on the other hand, this kind of requires Pacifica and being a little bit more of the focus. And I have to say, anti-Pacifica or Pacifica is she's not such a strong antagonist. I mean, she on one hand, it's nice to see that Mabel still got her arch enemy in her, but it's not such an interesting rivalry. Seeing a little bit more Robbie would be interesting. Then again, talking about the mysteries, in the cycle, you got all the and I don't know. Is there a symbol that might represent Pacifica? I mean, Zeus, Stan, Robbie, Mabel, and Dipper are all rather obvious. Then, of course, the glasses are probably six-handed guy. By the way, something about last episode I didn't mention. When the shapeshifter says he hasn't, talking about the author of the journals, and he is like, he hasn't been this what was it, this six-fingered nerd hasn't been himself for 30 years now. I consider this a hint that well, first of all, he's still around, and if he hasn't been himself, I say he is a character we know, a character. If it will be, I mean, think about it, guys. If it will be revealed that, well, he is just, he is this new guy who just gets introduced, and all this build up, or all those hints are meaningless. And this is not Gravity Falls. I mean, we are talking about the show that had, with the time travel episodes, hints thrown in throughout all the episodes previous as a build up. This show, I don't see them pulling out the author out of their ass while building up to him. So I say he is a character being already around. I already heard that there are theories that it might be old McMcGunkin. Kind of makes sense. He also has this thingy around his wrist all the time. This might kind of distract from him having six fingers. I don't know. Maybe checking some screenshots. But I would say it is a character who has been around. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make sense. But okay, this is the last episode. I mean, I have a current episode. As I said, it was a fun episode, not one of the strongest, but still entertaining to watch. It's a great thing, Gravity Falls. Even a bad episode of Gravity Falls is still fun to watch and entertaining. But this time there were a few strange things. First, the ball creatures were like, okay, they're ball creatures living in all of the thingies. But this one scene in the mine with what was it, Big Henry. Okay, I see the joke. It's like Mabel is like, oh, I wonder what funny little cutesy adventures will happen down there, and then we see this guy dying? I mean, all this long, ongoing, dragging out scene just so to make the joke work. I mean, this entire scene with there's a gas leak and he's like, I'm going in, and the little girl and he dying and having the picture, and maybe it would have worked if you did it the other way around, showing first the scene and then having Mabel's like, oh, I wonder what cutesy stuff is happening down there as a punchline, but it still is rather macabre. I was really like, and it was going on for so long, and so just for this one joke, and it was really, this wasn't even dark humor, this was just dark. Just saying, like, I love dark stuff. I loved all the spooky Fallout-y themes or the zombie themes in the last 2 episodes, but this was just dark for dark. And all just for the punchline that Mabel says, oh, I wonder what cutesy fun stuff goes down in there. I don't know. Yeah, but message-wise, yeah, as I said, a fun episode, but probably none I will get back too often, because it was not happening too much to amazing stuff. I mean, you got the rivalry between Pacifica and Mabel continuing, and you got those little ball people who also had a rivalry, so the topic of the episode was already kind of there in a neon sign being like, it's about a lesson about rivalry. And then you have, I have to say, Gravity Falls still finds an interesting middle ground. They kind of tap into the cliche, they go along with the cliche, there's not really a lot of saving grace, but somehow the dynamic between the characters still, for example, Pacifica does not do a complete 180. She is not completely nice. I mean, she still resists, and then she's in the car, and she's like, but then she takes the taco. So it's at least seeing them play with the formula and not going to 101 redeeming story is kind of refreshing. Then again, also not the best incarnation I have seen of it. So, yeah, I guess it's Dan's Gulf War. It might be an interesting start to a long stretched, ongoing redeeming arc for Pacifica. This would actually be for me, if this would be the first step for it, and they build up on it over a bunch of more episodes, then I would probably say, hey, that's a good start out for this entire arc, considering that the entire arc as a whole turns out interesting and good. Besides that, see you next week. I mean, there's always more to go around. So, this is AnY saying, see you soon.